Geoarbitrage is real. What do I mean by geoarbitrage? Geoarbitrage is where you move from one part of the earth to the other to actually seek better financial freedom, better ways of life, and a better way of living. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how geoarbitrage can work in your life, and I'm going to give you an example of how it's going to work in my life. Whether you choose to follow the example or not is up to you. But this is just one of many ways that you can find financial freedom and escape the matrix that we call America. So again, geoarbitrage is a way to actually make your dollar stretch further. Or, make your whatever currency stretch further depending on where you live, right? But we're going to focus on America because that's where I'm from. And people in America are hurting right now. They're trying to find a way to survive. I hate to say it, but after being here for a couple of months, visiting family, I am ready to get the hell out of here. My bank account has shrunk so much since I've been here compared to even traveling for a year on the road. Like, it's been cheaper for me to travel on the road and live than it has been to stay here. So I want to share with you what I plan to do to bring my financials up. I mean, after all, I'm still young, in my opinion. I'm 55 years old as of February 7th. That'll be my birthday. And you know what? If you're that age, you're still young too. Don't throw in the towel. Don't think that there's no possible way that you can ever have a better lifestyle in your retirement years, because there are other ways. It's called geoarbitrage. If you have any type of skills, and let me tell you, if you're this age, you are bound to have some sort of life skills. Come on, there's something you're good at, whether it's with your hands, whether it's in education, whether it's new skills you've learned online. There's something you have that other people around the world want from you, and they're willing to pay for it. One of the many things that you can do is called teaching English as a foreign language. Really? I'm trying to make a video. If you hear knocking, that is the neighbor. I'm in my daughter's apartment. I'm trying to make this work, okay? Get over here, I'll tell you more about it. One of the things that you possess that Cambodians want is how to speak English. Let's face it, we were born speaking English. It's the greatest skill on this planet. People around the world that don't speak English, it's almost like that it's a necessity for them to learn English in order to compete in the world market, right? English is what they call the lingua franca, if I'm pronouncing that right, the main language of this planet, okay? So that is in high demand. And yes, there are all different types of Westerners. There's people from Australia that speak English, Great Britain, New Zealand, South Africa, not to mention other parts of the world, Canada. But every country has a different accent. And every country that teaches English in that accent has a different nuance in the world market, if you get my drift. In other words, if you think about how people from England speak, very proper English, And then you think about how Americans speak, very improper English, but we can be proper. But it's more slang, it's just more American. It's what people want. So why not give that gift to the world and get paid for it? And Cambodia, especially for seniors, is a really good place to start. They are hungry for teachers over there. Believe me, I have done my own due diligence and research. I have looked at Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. Out of the 3 places, it used to be back in the day, still a little bit now, but it's a little bit more difficult. But Thailand and Vietnam back in the day were the destination places to teach English as a foreign language. But with all the new regulations that have come out with their countries, stricter visa laws, etc., they're making it more and more difficult for you and I to go to those countries to teach. There's so many loopholes, so much paperwork to fill out. But I found out that Cambodia is very relaxed with their visa rules. I'm going to tell you the main requirements that they need for you to go over there, excuse me, and speak English to their people. All they want you to have is a 120-hour TEFL certificate, if I can speak proper English. What is a TEFL? It's an acronym that stands for Teaching English as a Second Language. Okay? You can get that easily online. You don't have to pay a bunch of money to get a 120-hour teaching certificate online. If you want more training into it, yeah, you can go with something that's a little more expensive. I personally went through Bridge Education Group. I am not affiliated with them, but that's who I went through. Just letting you know, this was back in 2021. I got my teaching certificate. I went through some courses. I think I paid $100 for the whole thing. But the key is when you get one of these certificates, you can probably get one for $8 out there. People will tell you, hey, I can get one online for $8, like a Groupon kind of thing. However, your certificate and your school has to be accredited by the U.S. Government of Education. That is one thing Cambodia looks for. So if you just do some fly-by-night online certificate for $8, it probably will not fly in Cambodia. So to be on the safe side, double check the school you want to go through and make sure it's accredited. And that's it. You don't need a 4-year college degree, as most people think, to teach English to these people as a second language. Now, I personally have one. I did get a degree in linguistics because that was my own personal choice, because there are other doors and avenues in that arena that you can have an opportunity to make more money if you have a 4-year college degree in Cambodia, okay? Not that you need it to start, but it would be good to have. So if you already have one and you got your teaching certificate, then you're ready to go. But don't just take some random chick on YouTube's word for it. Do your own due diligence and research this information online for yourself to see what would work for you. So now you're thinking, okay, Tammy, this sounds great, but how much money can I make in Cambodia? How much does it cost out there? Is it safe to be in Cambodia? Well, let me address the safety feature first. Yes, Cambodia is a safe country. In fact, I've already been to Cambodia. not Phnom Penh, where I plan to teach. I haven't been to the city side, but I've been out to Siem Reap in the country where Angkor Wat is, and the people are just super friendly. I feel safer there than I actually feel here in Orlando, Florida. I kid you not. I swear to God, I feel safer in Southeast Asia than I do in my own American country. So that addresses that, okay? Again, don't take some random chick's word for it on YouTube. Put your boots on the ground and find out for yourself. If this is something that's clicking for you and you're thinking, wow, this sounds good, well, here's what I recommend before you sell the house, the car, and get rid of the cat and dog. You better first do an exploratory mission of Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Okay? My total recommendation, in my humble opinion, is you need to at least spend 30 days in Cambodia to actually feel your surroundings, okay? It's one thing to study it online and read about it. It's another thing to see it on YouTube and see the pictures and the videos. But until you are actually in the country, you can feel the weather, you can smell the food, you can taste the food, you can speak to the people and get a vibe of their culture and who they are. And, you know, you immerse yourself, you live like a local, and you find out what it's really like. And if you like it after 30 days, then you go back home and you sell the house and the car and you get rid of the cat and dog. I mean, unless you want to bring Fifi with you, I don't know. That's a whole nother video in itself to get a pet over there. I don't know if you want to spend the money to do it. Hey, let me just tell you, there are a million strays out there and you can adopt any cat or dog right off the street. I don't think they would care, okay? You find a new pet. All right. Now, that addresses the safety issue. Now, what about, before we get to the money, because you know, the minute I tell you the salary, you're going to think, well, that is really low. How am I going to live off of that? Because before we get to that, I want to address how much does it cost? Again, I've done my own research, and I can tell you this. You can walk in turnkey to an apartment, okay, fully furnished, covers water, internet, Wi-Fi. You will probably have to pay for your own electric, but no big deal. Anyway, if you want no air conditioning, you can get away with a place as cheap as $150 a month. Most of you are probably going to be like, I don't know about that, Tammy. I can't do no AC now. I got to have my AC. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right, girl, because I like my AC too, because it can get hot in Cambodia. So you can actually rent anywhere between $250 a month to as high as you want to go. If you want super top-notch luxury, you can go like $2,000 a month, right? That's luxury in Cambodia, whereas here in Orlando, Florida, $2,000 a month gets you this apartment, pretty much. A one-bedroom apartment with no big amenities. But in Cambodia, you can get the top-of-the-line condo overlooking the river if you wanted that. But I personally got my eye on a $450 a month apartment that I saw online through a realtor. Third floor, girlfriend. Beautiful, crushed velvet, lavender purple couch, okay? Fluffy bed, full kitchen, all the amenities, $450 a month. You cannot beat that. And you know I'm right. Tell me if you can beat that. If you're anywhere in the United States right now, can you tell me if you can get a one-bedroom apartment like I just explained for $450 a month? Probably not. And on top of that, depending on how much air conditioning you use, now this is what I've heard, it could be anywhere from maybe a $25 a month fee to $100. The most you will spend if you run your AC 24 hours a day is $100 a month. I'm going to tell you, in Florida, that ain't real. I have paid, and this was 2 years ago before I left the States. If I ran my AC 24/7, we're looking at $300 a month just on the air conditioning. That don't even include my rent and my other bills. Okay? So even that's a steal. Let's not even talk about like your cell phone card. Literally, you can go ahead and get a 30-day cell phone plan for $5 a month. And I'm talking excellent coverage like Verizon or T-Mobile. Okay? 30 days mobile, $5. And I'm talking unlimited data. Okay? We're not talking about 1 gigabyte. We're talking about unlimited data. All right, girlfriend? Okay. So that covers all the bills. Now, how much is the food? In my personal experience being there, and I know it's going to be the same in Phnom Penh, in fact, it's probably going to be cheaper because they have more of a selection. Now, they have Western grocery stores. So if you really want that peanut butter, like I get craving for peanut butter, you really want that block of cheese, you can walk into the Western store and you can buy it, and it's going to cost you a little bit of money because they have to import it in. However, if you like to stick to fresh, picked, organic vegetables, fruits, fish, seafood caught right out of the ocean and the river, and you want freshly cut beef and chicken and pork, you can go to the local market. They call it a wet market if it serves meat, or it's just the local market, produce market, if it doesn't. But you can go there and literally spend $10 for a giant sack of food. I've done this. I've been through Southeast Asia. I know. I have bought giant sacks of food for literally $10. That would last me all week because I cook for myself. Now, if you're not into cooking for yourself, well, they have street food. And they got good street food, and I'm talking very nourishing. Now, they do have, like you could pick up like a skewer. Like I call it meat on a stick, but it's a skewer for like $1. But it's loaded with meat. It would fill you up. You can get a giant bowl of really good soup that they make for maybe $1.50. I mean, come on. It's super cheap. You get freshly squeezed juices off the street. Real, okay? Freshly squeezed, 50 cents. It's cheap as all get out. Like I said, don't take some random chick's word for it on YouTube. Do your own diligence and find out yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And again, put your boots on the ground. Now, here comes the fun part. How much do you think you can make teaching in Cambodia? Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They don't make much in that country, okay? Their cost of living is so low that their salary is low too. But it doesn't mean that you can't have a good quality of life. You can make anywhere, depending on your experience, from $600 to $1,000 a month, and you only work anywhere from 12 to 20 hours a week. What? It's not even a full-time gig. You work 12 to 20 hours a week, and you earn $600 to $1,000 a month. And you know what? I added up all my expenses thinking about food. Oh, and by the way, ground transportation, you get a tuk-tuk for $1 a ride, or you could take the public bus for 37 cents. It's no big deal. Or you can walk, or you can get a bicycle. You don't even need a car. Okay, you're in the city. Get over it. It's not America. Besides, you're going to lose weight. You're going to eat better and you're going to feel better. You're going to make money. And you know what else? You're going to save and you're going to invest. And that's what I'm going to do, because I can live off of literally $600 to $700 a month all in. Make $1,000 and get a $300 a month surplus to save and invest. So that's my plan for the future. What's yours? Drop me some comments, as I know you will, on your thoughts. Are you looking to escape the matrix? Are you thinking about geoarbitrage and how you can make your dollar stretch further overseas? I want to know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do, because this channel, don't know where I'm going next, is evolving into 2.0 Cambodia. Let the adventures begin. I'll see you in Cambodia. Love you. Peace out.